Hello everyone. This is going to be the recording describing the slideshow that I posted yesterday. Okay, so I am looking at the Keynote version because that's the first version I made, but I convert versions into PowerPoint for those of you who do not have Keynote or Macintosh computers. So this is Project 2, the genre analysis. You should have already read the project description in the Project 2 folder and it's on your syllabus. The requirements for this project are that you compare and contrast two articles from two different discourse communities, one from writing studies, so that's readings that we've done for our class, and an academic article from your own discourse community. So that might come from something that you found when you were doing the research for Project 1, or you might have to find another one on your own. Then you are going to analyze the format of each article. So what does the article look like? Does it have a lot of tables? Is it a lot of words? Are there sections? Things like that. Analyze the style and tone of writing and the lexis, so the language used for each article. And you've already talked about the lexis for your discourse community, so you can make that connection in Project 2. Some style and tone is going to be less formal, and some is going to be extremely formal. Some is going to be very medical, and some you may not understand, and you can write about that. You're going to look at how the article is structured. Are there headings, subheadings, an abstract, multiple citations, endnotes, footnotes, things like that? That's where tables come in too. Then you're going to analyze and reflect upon the similarities and differences between the writing studies article that you choose and the article from your own discourse community in order to uncover how different discourse communities communicate through writing in order to provide new members new knowledge, expertise, and common goals of the discourse community. The analysis and reflection allow you to see that genres and the genre conventions of a discourse community are not the same. So they're going to be different for writing studies than what they are for your discourse community. All discourse communities have different genre conventions, and they are not randomly produced. Rather, genres and their conventions are actively produced, so that means by choice, in order to represent the goals, knowledge, expertise, beliefs, and more of the discourse community. When you're choosing your articles, it is very important that you make sure that you choose an article from Writing Studies that has been assigned as a required reading text. So you can find these on Blackboard and one on the web. They are listed. So you have SWALES, the concept of a discourse community. John's discourse communities and communities of practice. So those are the things we read in for the first reading response. Then you have a web source that you can read. You were supposed to read it. It's Robert Conner's The Rhetoric of Citation Systems Part 2, Competing Epistemic Values in Citation. That's easy to find on the library website. If you need help, you can contact me. And then you have Michael Carter, Ways of Knowing, Doing, and Writing in the Disciplines, and that's on Blackboard. And I'll make sure that all those links work later on today. You also, when you are choosing your own academic article from your own discourse community, it is important for you to make sure that it is an academic article. So not something from a newspaper, a blog, YouTube, any kind of personal website, anything like that. It's something that you should probably use the database system or examine the journals that you learned about in your interview in your discourse community, or the interview from your librarian. If you did not interview a librarian, you can go talk to one while you're doing this project to make sure that you find an academic article by using the database. If you are still at a loss, feel free to contact me. I'll probably post a video with a quick overview of how to find sources using the library website. Further, you want to make sure that you choose an article that is of interest to you and might be a topic that you continue to research for the remainder of the semester. This is because from here on out, you will be researching a topic of importance to your discourse community. So, the same topic for the rest of the semester. The last slide for this first half of the slideshow, the second half will be posted over the weekend, is summary versus analysis. We talked a bit about this already, but summary is just retelling the author's original points, but in a shorter version. They are usually in your own words and do not add anything new to the conversation. You don't want to be doing that. Instead, you want to be doing analysis, which performs an examination of the summary so that you, as the author, can put the elements of the articles in context. And the context that you need to put them in is here on the first slide. So make sure to look this over, think about it, try to find an article in your own discourse community, consider what article you're going to use from writing studies, and then contact me if you have any questions. Have a good evening.